What is up, guys? Sub-Zero here, and welcome to a new series that I am calling Jungle Kingdom. TBD on if I'm making other types of lane kingdoms. I think it's something that I'd be really interested in doing. Mid lane kingdom, top lane kingdom, even support kingdom. We'll have to see. But it's essentially going to be a series where I'm going over VODs of high elo players and reviewing them, trying to learn from them, trying to teach from them. I, as someone right now sitting at D3, I'm not going to say that I know everything, definitely, but I'm also not going to say that I know nothing. And so I think, there's definitely something that I can learn from this analysis and also that you can learn. So that's what I'm doing. So this game we have right here is IG Ning, I'm pretty sure. This is his account on the Korean server, and he's playing Karthus jungle. It's a champion that I've been really interested in recently. So let's hop into the analysis. Already we've seen this invade coming out from Ning's team, and they are all getting collapsed on here. The Ezreal just absolutely got caught out. We can go back to check that one out. Trying to keep the videos not super long. I'll speed up through, but I think this is worth seeing probably. The Ezreal flashes away, skills Q and dies here. It's kind of rough. I think he might have been able to live there if he's healed E, but who am I to say? They're going to run into Leona here, but this is just a horrible fight for Ning's team. The entire team has collapsed, and they're just going to get absolutely wiped. So right now, not looking like much of a jungle kingdom from Ning. It's more like a team kingdom from the enemy team. So it's going to be interesting to see how, with almost a 2k gold lead, it's like 1.7k right now from 1.5 minutes. We'll see what happens. Looks like Ezreal's getting jumped on as well bot lane, but I just want to focus on Ning right now and his jungling. So he's starting off leashless. He's going to clear bot side. Because it's a replay, we can see that Lee Sin did a red buff. I think he's going to path right to top side and steal away Ning's red. So super aggro path, which I think definitely makes a lot of sense considering his team's huge lead. Mid lane is getting pushed in here by the enemy's TF. So, if Ning were to have been around that red buff, maybe a fight could have occurred, and it would have been bad, right? The TF could have roamed up and just absolutely stomped him. So he's gonna notice that red's gone here and just work on clearing the rest of his camp. Sees his top laner dies here, which is pretty rough. And we see Lee Sin taking away the Scuttle Crab, and Ning here is going to recall. He's going to say, okay, there's no way in hell that I get the Scuttle Crab after my top lane just got solo killed. My mid lane continues to get pushed in, and this Lee Sin, who's probably stronger than me, they're the same level right now, but Ning is going to path to bot lane here. There seems to be a fight breaking out, so we're going to see him zoom in on here. A nice hook from Thresh gets Leona very low, and she's going to get picked off by the Ezreal, so that's pretty nice for Ning's team, actually picking something up. And he's going to go aggro here, looking for a dive. He's going to run to the Lee Sin here, notice that, and he's going to just start taking the fight. He flashes forward. We can slow this down a little bit. Kaisa gets a kill onto the Ezreal with her W, and a flash forward from Thresh makes the kill onto Kaisa easy. Just a super hyphy fight early on. Leona's going super aggro, trying to get the Lee Sin to help her. Maybe she's just going to take the kill on her own. But a ton of damage coming up from the Karthus here, and the Leona should die. It dies to an auto attack. So, of course, it's a Korean solo queue game, so everyone's going to play super aggro, go for a lot of stuff. Cheeky Q there from Ning, trying to pick up the kill, or at least stop the recall of the Lee Sin, but doesn't manage to. But already the game's looking better. Ning's 2-1. Kill score 6-4. The gold lead has shrunk a little bit. It's about 1.3k now, 1.4k. So, okay, it hasn't shrunk that much, but not the worst. And he's just gone back to full clearing his jungle. It's something that obviously you want to do a lot on Karthus. You want to get a lot of damage onto those camps, clear those camps so that they reset, so that you get gold. And Lee Sin actually finds him here, just picks up a free kill, but dies afterwards to the Yasuo roaming up. So, like I was talking about that hyper aggression. Now Ning has completed jungle item here, so he's actually looking pretty good. He's up 7 CS on the Lee Sin. They are the same level. So honestly, given the start, things could be a lot worse, especially for Ning, who we know is going to scale super well on this Karthus. Another kill on the top lane. This top lane is 0-2 right now, so that's not looking great. Maybe he looks for a gank bot lane here. Bot lane is very shoved, and maybe something with the lantern could happen here. As far as lanes to gank, I think, I mean, obviously Ning has identified this as a lane that he wants to be ganking a lot. He's already come bot once already, and he comes bot again, and now he's picking up the dragon, and the Lee Sin's taking his red buff in return. But what I was going to say is that he's definitely identified that bot lane is a lane that he wants to gank a lot, and it makes sense. I mean, you look in the context of the lanes here. Top lane is absolutely a no-go. Camille's sort of a difficult champion to gank in general, though Jax has some gank assist. But with the lead that's going on top lane, there's no way. I mean, you see the Lee Sin took the Rift Herald, they're dropping Herald top, and they're going to get top turret at 9 minutes. Incredibly rough. 3k gold lead for blue team. A fight's breaking out up here, though, so let's see what happens. He slows down the Camille. She's about half HP, and he is popping her. If he can hit some more of these Qs, it's going to be great. She is really dodging the Lee Sin. The Twisted Fate TP's up. Karthus is going to come out and probably pick up the TF, so that's nice for him. A little bit of burst of gold. So it ends up being a 1-for-1, and a fight broke out in the bot lane. We can check it out. There's just so many things to look at here. It's just non-stop action. So Karthus ult come in and is going to help out the bot lane fight a little bit. Kai'Sa hits her W. The Thresh hook is going to hit, and yeah, it's just over. This Thresh is definitely popping off. No clue who this person is. But, you know, from the name, sometimes you can't tell us at all. I have no clue this guy was Ning if I hadn't seen someone else label his account as being that. So, yeah. And what if I'm wrong? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I mean, okay, so another Thresh coming out. And now I've just sort of gotten focused up into this bot lane skirmish going on here. Burns out the Kai'Sa heal. So, I mean, Ning should be watching this. He should be aware of everything that's going in all the lanes right now. So he can definitely say, okay, Kai'Sa burned heal bot, that's maybe something that I'm going to think about. And he's pathing bot again. So I think it's really interesting that he's identified this lane as one that he's going to camp, especially, you know, not coming to mid lane at all, but it definitely seems like a very volatile lane, a lane where a lot of fighting's going to happen. You know, the Thresh obviously has great gank assist. In any case, Camille porting in means this fight is going to be really difficult. They pick up 1 kill, so it's a 1-for-1 so far, but Camille is doing her thing and doing a lot of damage. Not sure what that Q was at a Ning, but he picks up one onto the TF. The wind wall, stopping all the TF's abilities, and a kill actually happening at the top of the fight. Man, it's hard to follow these. I must say, you know, these videos are all work in progresses, but it's definitely going to be something I have to do. He picks up the kill on the Kai'Sa with a Bilgewater Cutlass. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see what happens at the top of the fight, so we can see, because we didn't catch the bottom of the fight. He jumps on the Kai'Sa, gets her super low. The shield's going to decay, and he's going to turn around and just snipe her with the Bilgewater. Lee Sin misses the Q. This Jax actually pops off big time in this fight, and suddenly it's everything's coming up Millhouse for Ning's team. He's going to pick up a little bit more damage onto that TF here, but now the gold lead's shrunk. It's 2k. Remember I was saying it was 3k up when they took that tower, so not too bad. Camille's just going to pick up another kill here, so absolutely going off. Almost going to pick up the kill onto Ning here. Let's watch that one more time, just because I was sped up a little bit during it. So the Camille here recalling in vision. The Thresh going to look for a hook here. Tries to disguise it a little bit by standing here. And Ning almost goes down here, but he manages to actually pick up the kill with the E. So let's focus really on Ning's play here and see if we can glean anything from the micro movements of a god Karthus. Throws the Q down here, gets hit by the Camille. Probably would have liked to flash that, but flashes away at the end of it so that he doesn't get killed by the Camille. She decides to go for Leona, which is fine, but her shield decays and then she dies to his E. So good by Ning to flash out at some point and die to the Leona? I mean, it's sort of a fine trade, right? You know, in some ways, you want to int your kills to the support players rather than anyone else because they're going to do the least with the gold. So if he can trade a kill for the support, it's kind of fine. I mean, look at him now. He's got the Oblivion Orb. He's got the Sorcerer's Shoes. He is really on top of the world. And look at the gold lead. Still about 2k, but if I were in Ning's shoes, I'd be pretty happy with how my game's going. Okay, so he's going to work on farming the jungle some more. He can farm it so quickly now. One thing I see a lot of players do, and it's not super relevant here because the Krugs wasn't up, but instead of coming out of base and farming Krugs here, they'll just come out and farm Raptors just because it puts them on the map so much earlier. He's looking for some poke here, and it's actually getting caught out by this TF, but the Thresh is there to help him out. Beautiful by the Thresh, so that's TF ult burned for not too much. Now, there's no way... I mean, they have to know that Ning's around here, right? But the enemy bot lane decides to take this fight. Really crazy that this happens. I mean, as this is all going on, of course, there's another fight going on the top side of the map. There is a low Yasuo here, and he's trying to dance around this wind wall to stop the TF from doing anything, and he almost does it. That was really nicely played, but they end up picking up the kill just because Camille's huge and he was pretty low. But still, this is a good trade for Ning's team. They pick up 2 kills for 1, and now he's going on to the Dragon. He is up a level, actually, on the Lee Sin, and he has the pink in the pit, so pretty hard for a steal to occur. And, I mean, honestly, look at the scaling of the team. Look at the gold lead shrinking down to 1k. This is looking really good for Ning. If you think about just the jungle map in a vacuum, Karthus into Lee Sin, Karthus is going to love scaling out, getting strong, and the Lee Sin is just going to become less relevant as time goes on. Okay, so we can watch this fight that happens top here. Just duel going on between Jax and the Camille. The Jax thinks he can pick up this kill here, and I assume is about to get popped. Yeah, by the Camille, but she's gonna end up dying to the Karthus ult, so fair trade. Had to burn the Karthus ult for a 1-for-1, which isn't great, but I think, you know, Ning will take it. It's money. You're always happy for that. So here Ning actually does decide to go for the full clear. I can only imagine his thinking is that nothing's happening right now. Top lane just died, so I'm just gonna full clear my camps. You know, there's not a real objective up, and I say that as the Lee Sin goes to take the Herald, which he's just going to get. So maybe some more aggressive pathing, you know, like Raptors into Herald would have allowed him to contest that, but looks like he didn't want to. So he just decided we're not going to go for an objective. Jax is dead. I'm going to chill here. Catch on to the Camille here. The Thresh fillet into the Yasuo ult is looking really nice. Camille actually misses her dash there, which is her wall dash, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so nothing gained, nothing lost. Bot lane, Jax pushing top lane hard. Ning has completed Morello's and as a Fiendish Codex and a stopwatch. This big scuttle, the Rift Herald knocks down most of mid tower. Jax is trying to get up top lane. I'm just watching this because this is where the action is right now. I feel like I'm gonna have to keep popping over all around. I want to focus on Ning, but man, there's stuff going on everywhere, and Ning was just walking up mid lane, so come on. He's going to walk down bot lane here. They know there's members on the top side, so they're going to look for a play down here. Leona going in. This Leona is so aggro, and it's really costing her a lot. She gets a flash over the wall, so... And Ning's just going to ult for it. He says, I want that kill, and so he picks it up. So... Something we see from Ning a lot in this game is not being afraid to use ulti, not saying, oh, I want to save it for multiple kills. You know, if he sees any one kill he can get with this ulti, he's going to use it. Now, there's a TP from the TF behind their team, but he's kind of alone here. You know, someone on blue team is pinging Mia here, and I don't know if it's a flame Mia or not. Sad that the shutdown goes to the Thresh. Ning would have loved that, or even the Ezreal would have. There's another TP going down bot lane, and this Yasuo is just gonna die. I mean, we can watch it again. He's actually backing here, but decides to go for this Kai'Sa. He sees her, she's just so juicy, and the TP comes in here. It's super interesting because the blue team saw him pop over the wall with that, and they said, okay, we're going for it, we're gonna kill him. So a little bit of greed out of the Yasuo, and back to Ning. He is just going to farm his Gromp, and I mean, there's nothing left to farm, so he's looking bot lane here, trying to grab this farm and maybe kill the Kai'Sa if she pushes up. Almost finds her there, but a little bit too slow. But also, you know, just being a little cautious. He doesn't want to get picked off. There are a lot of people here, which there are. Flashes the Leona, E, which is nice. There's a shutdown occurring, but man, oh man, I cannot get sidetracked in the million things that are happening in this game. I'm just going to focus on the Ning, and look at the gold lead once again. I just keep highlighting it, but man, it's kind of crazy. It's even now, and the third dragon spawning with all the teams up. Ning's team is just going to try to do it, and it looks like blue team picks up a kill on this Ezreal mid lane while their team's doing it. They commit super hard to this while the dragon's up. A little bit of macro error maybe. That's a really nice Q out of the Lee Sin, but picking up this kill means they're going to forfeit the third dragon, which means Ning's team is 1 away from Mountain Soul. You see just an absolutely aggressive objective focus. Ning's team just continuously, and Ning especially, just continuously trying to do these dragons, trying to get this soul, while the Lee Sin is looking for the Herald, looking for the gold lead. But the fact that they haven't snowballed this game yet with those 2 Heralds they picked up, with the kills they're picking up in mid lane, with what Lee Sin did there, it's looking good for Ning's team, honestly. And if you look at more of the comps in the context of holistic scaling, how everyone scales, the Jax scales very well, the Ezreal scales well, even the Kai'Sa scales well as well. So I can definitely see this being a game where Ning's team is very happy to go to late game. Now, the Camille dash is in here, doesn't hit anything. She has ult up, but she doesn't know if she wants to go in here. She's actually turned around and running away because she is split from her team. So a little bit questionable from her, but she's going to get out. And a fight's breaking out here. Ning's going to pop the Zanyas here. He's being aggressed upon by 3 people, and that's really just it for him. That's pretty rough. His team managed to pick up a kill onto Camille and is now going to pick up a kill onto the Kai'Sa. Yasuo coming in is going to ult, and they're probably going to pick up this Leona, and let's see if anything more happens. Ooh, an ult from the Lee Sin disengages it, so it's going to end up being a 3 for 2 with Ning and Jax dying. So not super clean, and Ning probably not super happy about getting caught out there. He has a Magi's that he had purchased earlier, and now it's down to 6 stacks, which is pretty sad. He's looking to build towards Zanyas here, so we're seeing Morellas into Zanyas, which I think makes a lot of sense. There's not too much healing, actually, out of the blue team, so maybe a little bit weird to complete that. Morellas LS would be pissed. I mean, there's some coming out of like the Lee Sin, and the Kai'Sa is probably going to have lifesteal at some point, perhaps. I'm not sure. I mean, we have a Death Stance out of the Camille, so it's definitely not indefensible. And maybe the Death Stance out of the Camille makes it worth it. So he farms up a camp here and backs to get his Zanyas. Now he's got that. He knows that the team on the blue side is super dive heavy, and we're seeing another fight break out here. Yasuo ult, but he is just going to get absolutely wrecked. Jax trying to get out of there. The flash wild card from the TF is going to allow him to pick up the kill on the Jax. Ning, well, let's check out what he's doing. He's on the top side of this fight, just murdering that Kai'Sa. She went in for that and then realized she did not want it. Quick cleanse from the Thresh onto Ning is really nice, but he is now the only one left over after Thresh takes a questionable ride. That was him hooking in, right? Am I crazy here? Saves him here. Okay. He hooks in, tries to save the Ezreal, and they just both get popped. So, a little bit yikes of a fight, mate. I must say, they're down 3k now. Let's see if Ning can do anything. He's throwing out the Qs, and Leona's walking into him. Honestly, he could definitely... Leona's going to come try to stop his ultimate, but she can't. She doesn't get the blind E. He was standing a little bit off, so... she really tried for it there. She didn't have flash ult up, so she couldn't have done anything else besides that. So, good try by her. And Ning ending up picking up a kill, so he's doing a little bit more scaling. Ning looking for this Camille here, and she's looking for him. Or at least she's looking to not die. Okay, so she's going to get out of there, and he is going to push this wave. Just a little CS check on Ning. He's up 20 CS on the enemy jungler. So, pretty nice. He's picking up a lot of these side waves. He's got 14 stacks on his Magi's, and let's see what he's going to build into next. Amp Tome, so who knows? Could be Magic Pen, but honestly, there's like barely any magic resist coming out on blue team, so not sure about that exactly. But what I do know is that the dragon is coming up soon, so a fight definitely looking to break out here. Definitely looking to secure this last one because it will be Mountain Soul for Ning's team if they pick it up here. So makes sense. Just 5v5, put everyone here and fight for it and see what happens. So a little skirmishing going around, but nothing crazy happening yet. We see TF looking for a flank on the bot side, but who knows if that'll be realized. It looks like the entire team's flanking now, and Camille is just committing to the mid lane. So if Ning's team can force here, it's kind of a free dragon as long as it doesn't get stolen. They're going to get it. Lee Sin gets stopped by some really great teammates. You know, I wish I had those guys on my team when I'm trying to do a dragon and the enemy Lee Sin tries to hop in, but they just completely lock him down. And the Dragon Soul is going to go to Ning's team, as well as 4 kills. Was it worth it, Camille? She's going to get the tower, perhaps the inhib, definitely the inhib. Ning's team, I'm not sure what Ning's doing here, to be honest. Okay, so it's inhib trade for Dragon Soul. Generally, I'm happy to be on Ning's team here. We saw some of them pinging out the Baron. We'll see if they actually do it here. The death timers are still pretty low. It's pretty early in the game, but they're definitely going to go for it. Lee Sin coming up in now. Camille's bot, so she can't stop it, and I think they're going to get this. So Baron and Dragon Soul traded for an inhib. You gotta feel like blue team's flaming Camille here, and there's a gold lead actually on Ning's team now. So it really looks like almost just a matter of time before his team cleans it up here. 20 stacks with that much eyes for Ning. He has been a monster in some of these fights, and has just done a great job of controlling dragons the entire game throughout. You know, just did a good job of prioritizing them. I talked about his focus bot lane, and it really paid off. You know, he decided to camp out bot lane and look for these dragons. Lee Sin decided to take the trade on getting top lane ahead and getting Rift Heralds, and I mean, look at what's happened. You know, Ning's team has gotten the dragon. It's going to be really hard with this soul to deal with them, and I mean, the comparative lead on the enemy team is on the Camille, and she's just trying to split push the entire game, so we'll see what happens. It's pretty exciting. She's trying to push down top lane, and Ning's team is trying to push down mid lane. Jax does recall to stop her top lane, though, so we'll see if he's able to do that. But Ning's team is going to pick up an inhib tower, and almost definitely going to pick up this inhib here. Looks like the enemy team is not doing much fighting, but teleports coming in from everyone. The Camille's in, the TF's in. Ning getting stunned up. He's going to Zanya's at the last second. Really good out of him, but just doing some AoE damage with his E here. He's going to go down really early in this fight. A ton of stuff happening. The Karthus ult is going to come out, and it looks like the red team is going to pick up this fight. We can look at it one more time because so much stuff is going on there. I was just trying to keep track of Ning, but I think maybe looking at it holistically would also be really useful just to see what sort of role Ning played in getting dove. So we see this Camille TP happen here. She's going to come in on the flank. The TF's going to flank the other side. Leona ult hits Thresh and slows down the rest of the team. So Ning just gets super jumped on here, and there's this huge clump of people here. The Lee Sin actually gets kind of wrecked by the Zanyas here. The dive onto the Ezreal is effective, but a 2-man tornado out of this Yasuo forces out a Zanya's, is going to pick up this Camille, and the Jax, I think, was super instrumental here into them winning the fight. He kills the Lee Sin. He's going to pick up this super low Camille, and then a huge, honestly, that Karthus ult did so much damage that Jax just allows Jax to just pop this Kai'Sa. I mean, look at this. Look at this damage, to be honest. So damage here, right? Kai'Sa flashes the wall. She's like, I got a good angle to shoot from here. Karthus ult coming out. She's like 90% HP. Boom! Down to 40%, and then Jax just pops her. Really sad. Sucks to be Kai'Sa there. She doesn't have stopwatch or anything, so what is she to do? Just not get jumped on by Jax. And they're going to win this fight. Not the game, most likely. Nope. Definitely the game. It's a Jax, by the way. They don't have the best minions, and Leona's coming up, but they are just barely going to be able to finish this one out. Leona's not going to be able to 2v1 stop this Jax. Beautiful flay out of the Thresh, and they're going to pick up the game. So I'll just give you guys the nice explosion there. I think really interesting game. Really shows the potential of, I mean, so many different things interacting in this game, right? You have scaling with the Jax versus the Camille, where the Camille got very far ahead, but at the end, I mean, Jax has It's still a little bit behind in items. If you look, he's got 3 completed items. Camilla has 3 completed items plus the chain vest and the broken stopwatch, so she's still richer. But these plays with the Camille split pushing, the blue team wasn't really able to enable them as much as they wish. We saw the Camille pushing top lane here towards the end of the game, but it just the push from Ning's team was just too much with the Baron, with the Soul. There's just really nothing that that the blue team could do to clear all of the waves and stop them. I mean, you look at their team, the wave clear from TF and Kaisa, it's all right, but not that great. And so it was kind of hard for the Camille to get enabled in these side lanes. And I think a big thing that contributed to it was the fact that Ning had that super early dragon control. He was, picking up ganks in the bot lane after his first full clear and then going to dragon. He was just focused, super laser focused on that dragon, just getting dragon after dragon after dragon, saying, I don't care about Herald. You can take Herald Lee Sin. We're gonna get behind early, but we're gonna pick up more kills in the skirmishes. We're gonna keep it even at least, or a little bit of us behind, but still picking up those dragons, and then eventually the scaling of the Dragon Soul, plus just the scaling of Karthus and Jax allowed them to win the game. So I think a lot to learn here. A lot for me to learn as far as commentating, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit the like button, subscribe, check out the link down below to see my Twitch channel. It's my first time trying this kind of content. Usually I stream solo queue, but maybe I'll stream some of this content. We'll see. Not exactly sure, but definitely excited to be moving forward, doing content again, doing this kind of content. Hope you like my backdrop. I did a lot of work trying to figure out how to do this. I thought about switching out my entire setup. I used to have it facing this way. Now it's facing this way. So it's something. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. If anyone has a suggestion for a player they want to replay reviewed from, a champion, even a role, if you are a support main, you're an ADC main, you really want to see a review from that role. It's not my forte, but I think there's definitely a lot to learn there as well. Jungle and support are my main roles, so that's probably what I'll gravitate toward. And support's kind of resident sleeper as far as like what people like to see, so maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll do some mid lane. I like mid lane. ADC, maybe not, maybe someday, we'll see. But if there's a huge outcry, everyone in the comments section saying, please hit me with those ADC videos, then maybe I'll do it. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for the series, any criticism for me or criticism for Ning, definitely let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.